Hello, our dear viewer at home. Thank you for joining us once again on the program Weekly Digest from the team of Happy Family Counseling Foundation. Today's edition of the program promises to be exciting, educative. As last week we had our singles hangout, and today is married hangout. I have some amazing individuals right here with me in the studios who are married. That will be joining us on the program today. The first person I have the Reverend Canon Wale Olakunri, a priest and an educationist. I also have with me Dr. Taiwo Adenegan, a lecturer, counseling psychologist, and Dean of Student Affairs at Shivas University. And thirdly, I have Mrs. Abiodun Ogundare, an educationist right here with us in the studio. And the last but not the least, I have Mrs. Bola Ogunleye, an educationist and also an entrepreneur. Thank you for joining us on the program today. It's so nice to have you guys joining us on the program today. So today we'll be looking at some questions as regard parents and also married couple. The first question is the issue of the high trend of hookup generation, as we've discussed this topic on our weekly digest from the table of Happy Family Counseling Foundation. But today I will be asking you, what is your take, your view on hookup generally, and what do you think parents can do to cope the situation? Let me start with the Reverend Canon Wale Olakunri.
Well, I greet our viewers at home. I just have a little thing to say concerning this topic. The parents have a lot of things to do. But I think first of all, it has to do with the fear of God. We must inculcate the fear of God into our children. If we look at what is currently operating as far as this topic is concerned, it is of a great concern. But we must try as parents to inculcate the fear of God into our children. Whether we are able to provide for them, whether we are not able to provide for them, it will help if the background of the children are rooted into the fear of God. This will make them realize that hooking up or doing things that are not good is not worthy of people. I thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, now to Mrs. Ogunleye. Mommy, what is your take on the hookup generation, and what do you think parents can do?
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, viewers at home. Thank God for giving me the privilege to be part of this discussion. Hookup among youth. We're talking about girls going into prostitution, befriending elder men that are as old as their parents. I want to say it isn't a new thing. It has been in the society for a long time. What I want to say concerning this is that when a child leaves home, most of them forget about the child of whom they are. My advice, we go into the parents first. Like my pastor has already said, when we inculcate the fear of God into the life of our children, when we teach them the words of God, and also when our children is in the school, it's our duty to make sure we take care of their needs. It's our duty to provide their basic needs. I mean, the pants, the bra, all those things that girls need that makes them to go into the act of prostitution. And to always get in touch with them, visit them, know what they are doing, even when they are not known, when they don't know that you'll be coming. Just visit them impromptu and see what is happening in their life. Then I want to advise the youths, I mean the ones that are doing it. You want to join the trend. There are other things that we can use to join the trend. Prostitution will destroy life. The Bible calls our body the temple of God. And whosoever destroys the temple of God is destroying, if I destroy this body, or our body is destroying the temple of God. We should see our body as the temple of God. And whatever we do there, we affect our body, physically, even health-wise, and God will not be happy with us. God bless us.
Thank you very much, ma. All right, sir. Let me go to Dr. Taiwo Adenego, sir. What is your take on the hookup generation and what can parents do to help cope with the situation?
Thank you, viewers at home. I just want to first of all clarify the concept of the causes behind the hookup or hangout among the adolescents or young ones. The causes range from biological to economical, socio-economic or sociological. In other words, looking at the basic reason which has to be the biological reason for young ones, the libido is so high, and because of that, the tendency to respond to the libidinal energy or drive, as such, that it appears the libido is dictating the pace of what to do. Besides the fact that the economic factor, they want to make money, they want to satisfy their needs, which relatively maybe the parents or the economic is not supporting, the economic factor in the nation is not supporting, so they just want to hang out with people who could literally meet those needs. Other reasons is the aspect of peer influence, which but the point is to address this, it has to start with the unit of the society, which is the family. So, or as much as what it says, charity begins at home. As much as possible, parents need to be very close to their young one. When they say they are hanging out, they are going out, you should know where your children go. Where are they going to? Who are their friends? If they go, query them. Where have they been to? And so, as much as possible, where the family is together and have grip on the adolescent, it will help to minimize such hanging out or being used by those who are not conscious of the developmental stages of those adolescents. And on the other way is just the fear of God, as has been mentioned. When an individual has the fear of God, you have integrity. So we want to just plant in the young one integrity, that even when nobody cares, nobody is watching you, you have the integrity, you are conscious, and you have the fear of God. And with this, we'll be able to relatively cope the way of hangout and being used for sexual purposes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, now let's move to Mrs. Abiodun Budarima. What is your take on the hookup generation, and what role do you think parents can play to help cope the situation?
Thank you, viewers. As said earlier by our mommy, I think our youth need to realize that their lives, they don't own it. It is God that gave them their life, and they need to use their life to please God. So when they realize that fact, and that truth, in fact is the truth, that they don't own their life, it is God that owns it. So they need to use their life to please God. So that is the starting point. There are so many people, we have realized that there are so many people that it is not that they actually need anything. You just see that hooking up or hanging out is a trend, so they are doing it. So they need to get it that they don't own their life, so they cannot use it anyhow. They need to use their life to please God. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. All right, last week when we were during the singles hangout, we were looking at some of the reasons why singles stay in a toxic relationship, and there was a notion that parents support their children to stay in toxic relationship because of material things. So I want to ask our view now. I'll be starting with Dr. Taiwo Adenego. Sir, what do you have to say concerning parents who support their children to stay in toxic relationship despite knowing the dangers or the end result of this situation?
Thank you very much. Yes, on that concept, importantly, when an adolescent gains the support of an elder or parent in doing wrong thing, such is fortified in continuing to do that. So primarily when the adolescent or the young ones, the ladies, see the material gains they get from that, this generation of technology, iPhone, going on hangout, going to eatery, all this kind of treat. They say, oh, the guy gave me a nice treat, because of the material things they get from there. Even though when they suspect and they envisage even negativity from it, they still want to say, let me keep on. And even the parents who, because of economic reason, that guy is taking care of you, and try to endure and keep managing him. Of course, emotional stability is more than the other the aspect you are talking about. And when we talk about relationships, if you are not emotionally satisfied with such relationship calls for being broken. Therefore, the parents' support, or those who are having some gains, material gains from it, could keep. Even some friends say, you say you want to break out from that boy that is taking care of you, and then so they want to. Or it's better to have less and be satisfied than have much, where you have to grapple with stress and challenges. So we should be aware of material gain at the expense of comfort. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I don't know if Canon would like to add a thing or two before we move to the next question, and any of our mommy that wants to add to the issue of parents supporting their children who are not yet married but are in a toxic relationship, but because of the material things, they encourage them to stay there.
Thank you, moderator, and to our viewers at home. I think I don't want to see those parents as parents actually defined. The goal of a parent is not to ensure that their children suffer maritally. Whatever the situation, the economy might be dictating. A good parent should ensure that children that are married or about to be married will go into a home that will be a blissful one. So if we have such parents, in quote, that are supporting their children to remain in toxic relationship because of material gains, then such people cannot be actually defined or referred to as parents. They have lacked their own responsibility and they are shaking it. And I think they will be responsible. They will give account to God. So any parent, so-called parents, that will engage or that will encourage his or her own children to remain in toxic relationship because of economic gain, that person is not fit to be called a parent. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, it's like mommy would like to add.
I want to say that a relationship that is toxic, what are we saying? Normally, as a Christian, or maybe as a Christian, there is need for courtship before a relationship. Maybe during that courtship, you now find that it's toxic. I want to advise such parents to think first about the life of their children. And the lady that is going into such a relationship should make sure that intimates the parents about the character of the boy they want to push into. And having done that, when the parents still insist, I think he should withdraw, because she is the one that is going to stay with that man. She should not be pressed or be pushed to a relationship that will destroy her life. So, such girl or such lady should move away from such a relationship. It's better not to start at all. It's better a relationship or a courtship is.
Alright, moving on now, we'll be looking at accusation among couple. How true the Yoruba adage that says Oku oko lobìnrin máa ń yìn, that is, women don't praise their husband while they are still alive. So let me start from Mrs. Ogundare now. Ma, what is your take on this Yoruba adage? What is it really true, or what is your view generally on the adage Oku oko ni obìnrin máa ń yìn?
Thank you, moderator. What I can say about this is that it is very important for couples to appreciate each other, for the husband to appreciate the wife and the wife to appreciate the husband. Doing this will enhance peaceful coexistence. It will enhance a lovely environment for the husband and the wife, even the children. So it is very important for husband and wife to appreciate each other. Thank you.
Well, I want to come in, moderator. I will agree that the adage is true to an extent, but not a general view like that. Maybe in those days, I will agree. But in this present situation that we find ourselves, where even the women are more economically powerful than men, so who do you think should even be appreciated more, the more? So I think in those days when the parents, the women don't work, they are fully married, full-time housewife. So it is the husband that goes out to fend for the family. And therefore it is expected that such a man will be encouraged by the wife by appreciating him. But if a wife will not do so in the lifetime of that man, and he feels or she feels the man is not doing well enough, and she allowed herself to leave that house, then she might be opportune to come across another man that will not be able to treat her very well like the previous man, the former husband. So that adage may come to stay true. But in this present age, where we have more of the women, more economically powerful than men, therefore, I will want to support what Mrs. Okundare said earlier on, that now it is we should encourage each other as married couples. The husband should appreciate the wife should appreciate the husband. It will make the family to move forward, and it will make the home a peaceful one, where the children will also be able to learn one thing or the other. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Now, let's move on. Mommy Ogunleye, what is your take on the adage that says "Oku oko lobinrin máa ń"?
Thank you, Tolu. It takes two to tango. Relationship between husband and wife, it's the two of them. But there's an adage that says that one doesn't appreciate a thing until he loses it. In most cases, many people don't appreciate what they have, except when it is lost. But for the sake of this program, I want to encourage couples to appreciate one another. Everyone has a part to take in the home, whether the wife is working or even when he's not working. The woman that is not even working and is a complete housewife is doing most of the job. There was a play that I watched. The man was saying that the woman does not do anything, that she's just too lazy. And they went to an administrator, and the administrator said they could switch the duty. It was then that the man found that taking care of the children from the morning till night and taking care of the home is very, very a task, and it cannot even quantify it. So I want to say, wherever we find ourselves, whether we are contributing financially to the home, whether we are contributing physically, emotionally, we should appreciate one another. The husband should appreciate whatever the wife is able to do. Even when you cook the food or soup that is not so sweet, appreciate. Tell him, maybe, just tell the sweet things. Darling, I think this food is so sweet. I think the salt is not you don't find much salt in the market. You appreciate the person, and eventually you put in what you want to put in. Most of the couples, we only see the fault of one another. We don't see the good point. So let us always look at the good point in one another. That one will make us to appreciate whatever we get from our spouse, whether man or a woman. God bless us.
All right, thank you very much, ma. Now, I'll go to Ewadilego. Sir, what is your take on the topic that we are discussing, the adage that says "Oku oko lobinrin máa ń"?
Thank you, moderator. Really, what the adage is true relatively to an extent. Usually, people don't value what they have until something is lost. So, the tendency for you to begin to find faults in your spouse exists. Sometimes because you want perfect thing and what have you. Rather than your eyes being open to the strength and things your spouse is doing, you tend to look at what has not been done. As such, you tend to praise less. So the onus is on couples to ensure to praise one another, appreciate one another, even at the slightest observation of a strength or of something displayed domestically, economically, in terms of your roles at home. So the onus is on couples to endeavor to appreciate one another. Don't until your spouse is not around or eventually dies, then you now begin to say, so this woman, this man is doing this great. Oh, but at home, praise him. There is an adage in Yoruba, praise your spouse. When he has done something, praise him or her, even in his presence. Sometimes people feel that, if I'm praising this person, the thing will enter his head. And no, give praise, appreciate. Even our God himself, even despite that we are of our limitations, he even acknowledges what we do, the exploits we do. So spouses should endeavor to praise one another, even in what they are doing. And if even you have weaknesses, then even with praise, you can even bring the best out of your spouse. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Let me start from Doctor again. What is your advice now? Because of our time, this is where we'll be drawing the curtain. But before we go on the program today, sir, what is your advice to couples generally on the issue of appreciation?
Thank you, moderator. Appreciation can never be too much. I would just advise as couples in terms of appreciation, verbalize your appreciation, materialize your appreciation, put it in gift item, however small thing, just come around. I want to appreciate you for what you have done. Commendation, you can write a piece of note. My wife, my husband, I appreciate your responsibility in this house. So appreciation, we should make it, we should prioritize it in our homes, in our families. I want to encourage couples, please prioritize appreciation. It will build and fortify your home. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, Mrs. Obugari, what is your advice to couples generally on the issue of appreciation?
Thank you, moderator. What I want to say is that let it be vice versa. The wife appreciating the husband and the husband appreciating the wife. Let it not be only the wife appreciating the husband all the time for anything he does, but let the husband also appreciate for the little things that the wife is doing. Even if it is little things that she is doing to support the home, still appreciate her. That will encourage her to do more. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. All right, Mrs. Ogunleye, what is your advice to couples out there that are watching us on the issue of appreciation?
Thank you. I want to encourage we married women, married men to appreciate one another. Even if the person is doing his own duty, maybe as dad, providing for the school fees of the children, the wife should appreciate the husband, because we have irresponsible men outside there. Tell him, darling, you have done well. Bless him, pray for him. Let him know that you really, really appreciate what he has done. He has given you money for food. Appreciate. Let him know that he's trying. Even if the money is not enough, appreciate. And women, and men too, to appreciate your wife. She may not be a best cook, she may not be a best dresser. Just appreciate her. Tell her how beautiful she is. You can say it by the word of mouth. You can say it by your behavior. Don't look down on your wife. And men and women, don't look down on your husband. Don't compare your wife or your husband with anybody. Their fingers are not equal. Whatever you have, appreciate him. Whoever is he, appreciate him. Encourage him. Appreciation will make the man or the woman to do better. And it will make your home so lovely. And the children will learn from it. The children are looking at us as an example. But if we are the bad boss man or the abusive woman, our children will also be like that. For us to have good generation, something that our children will inherit. Let them inherit good character from us. Appreciate. God loves Thanksgiving. And men also love Thanksgiving. God bless us.
Thank you very much, ma. And now moving down to our Reverend Canon Wale Olakunle. What is your advice to couples out there on the issue of appreciation?
Thank you, moderator. It is rather unfortunate that where we find ourselves in the present dispensation, people don't want to appreciate. People feel that they have a right over everything. wife feels it is the duty or responsibility of the husband to do this for me. The husband feels this is the responsibility of the wife towards me. Children feel this is the responsibility of the parents. Parents feel this is the responsibility of the children. It is quite unfortunate. But like all others have spoken, I will advise, it is good when we appreciate others. It brings out the best in such a type of a person. So if you appreciate me, you will get more of me. If you don't appreciate me, then I will only be limited to the little that I can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So we shall be drawing the curtain on today's edition of Married Hangout from the table of Happy Family Counseling Foundation. Like you have heard, it is very important for us to reciprocate the issue of appreciation, vice versa. Husband should appreciate the wife should also in turn appreciate the husband. Till I come your way again, same time next week on this program, Weekly Digest from the table of Happy Family Counseling Foundation. My name is Toluwalade Arijenuwa. Alright, thank you once again for joining us, and now we are here with our daddy, the Venerable Oluwarotimi Abiodun Komolafe. Daddy, concerning the discussion of today, what is your take?
I want to appreciate everyone that have participated in today's discussion. It's indeed an amazing outing. I want to appreciate Dr. Taiwo Adenego, Kanonwale Olakure, Mrs. Ogundare, and Mrs. Ogunleye, and they have done justice to the topics that we have discussed. The general advice is that the singles should be careful the way they sell themselves out in prostitution. It's not a good thing for them, for their health, and for their future. And the couples have also be encouraged to appreciate themselves always. No matter the role each of them is playing in the marriage, they should just be appreciative. I think I'm okay with the discussion, and I enjoyed the discussions.
Thank you very much, sir. And with that, we have come to the end of today's edition of the program Weekly Digest from the table of Happy Family Counseling Foundation. Thank you, our dear viewer, for always watching out for our videos 247. Don't forget to like our videos, subscribe, and also share, as we'll be expecting your comments in the comment section. All right, till I come your way again next week. Bye for now.